I'm just going to throw this out there right at the beginning of this review before I start shitting on this movie. If you see this guy, Edgar Ramirez, in any movie, you can guarantee it's going to be just below average or complete ass like this was. Yeah, this was. Whew. Let's talk about it. Borderlands is directed by Eli Roth and is based on the video game franchise of the same name. It stars Cate Blanchett, Kevin Hart, Ariana Greenblatt, Jamie Lee Curtis, and Jack Black, and the guy who played Drago's son in Creed 2. I don't know how to say his name. I'm not going to butcher it. A ragtag team of misfits embark on a mission to save a missing girl who holds the key to unimaginable power. Yeah, the group of misfits part. Doesn't that sound very familiar? Of course it does, because it's Guardians of the Galaxy. This is discount Dollar Tree Walmart bargain bin version of Guardians of the Galaxy. Look, I'll be the first to admit that I haven't played the Borderlands games. I really didn't care. I actually forgot that these games even existed. I kind of got this mixed up with like Rage or Fallout, but like at the same time, it's like, why are we making video game movies now? Because we've had so many successful TV shows as video game adaptations. The Last of Us, Fallout. Okay, maybe that's it. Halo, I guess you could say. The Resident Evil show that came out with Ella Balinska, that sucked too. But seriously, what these movies have to do is just capture the spirit of the games, which is why some of these video game adaptation movies are guilty pleasures for me. Like Prince of Persia is a guilty pleasure for me. The Lara Croft Tomb Raider movies with Angelina Jolie are guilty pleasures for me. The Uncharted movies, not awful, because even though I think that they're miscast and the stories aren't that compelling and there's not much character development there, they at least have the spirit of the games to them. This is like Resident Evil, but you hear me out. Resident Evil, all of them are better than this slog of a movie. Paul W.S. Anderson made 6 better movies than this. That's crazy to me. There are non-existent characters here. They just show up in scenes and are like, hey, I'm in the movie. And I'm just like, oh, that's it? That's all you got for us? Okay, I guess we just have to roll with that for this entire movie. The biggest case in point is Kevin Hart's character. He just shows up the very beginning of the movie, and I'm just like, okay, there's nothing to him here. He's just a guy with an assault rifle. Cool, I guess. Cate Blanchett has red hair. That's like her defining quality in this movie. Jamie Lee Curtis is like somebody that they have to find. That's it. Ariana Greenblatt's the annoying teenager character who apparently is like the prophesied chosen one. Oh my god. We have been down this road so many times. Why can we not get this right in video game adaptations? This is why I think a video game adaptation of something like Borderlands would probably work better as a TV show, not to mention the Swiss cheese plot. Actually, you know what? Is there something thinner than Swiss cheese? Because that's my analogy for characters and plots, that I think they're as thin as Swiss cheese, but man, like, what is thinner than Swiss cheese? Oh, I'm looking around. Oh, piece of paper. Both of them. Thinner than a piece of paper. And speaking of how bad the characters are, some of them are just plain old insufferable. That robot ass trap, sweaty ass trap, smack my ass trap, whatever he's called. Oh, his name's Claptrap. That somehow sounds worse than anything I just said. Literally the most insufferable character in this entire movie. Every time he was speaking, I was just like, dude, shut up. I cannot listen to your stupid robot voice anymore. And it's Jack Black, and he puts on this weird ass voice. I couldn't listen to it. It was so numb inducing. And in a movie like this, they just can forego any type of story, right? Yeah, because this movie falls into the lazy trap of having every scene just explain everything to you because they think as an audience member, you're too dumb to actually follow along. And that's exactly what this movie does. Honestly, if this movie wasn't titled Borderlands, it should have been titled We Explain Everything to You in Every Scene in the Movie. You're too dumb. Every other scene is exposition. It was getting on my nerves after a while. Look, I didn't go into this movie expecting greatness or anything. The trailers didn't blow me away, but I was like, if there's at least a slight piece of fun to this movie, I can walk out giving it some praise, but I can't even do that because this movie was just so boring. And I know that that's such a generic criticism for a movie, but it honestly had nothing exciting about it. Even like in the action scenes are so hyper edited. I don't know what the median shot length is for an action scene in this movie, but I guarantee you it's less than 0.2 seconds. Not a single moment of action stood out to me. I was literally starting to droop and my eyes were starting to fall asleep because I don't know. As I said, I compared it to Guardians of the Galaxy, but it also felt like Mad Max Light. I just kept getting reminded of better properties and better movies that have done this story so much better. Guys, I didn't care about the characters. I didn't care about the plot. It's very exposition heavy. It treats you as if you're one of the dumbest people on the planet when you're probably smarter than any of the writers that wrote this movie. There's nothing exciting in the action. The action has shots that last less than a second. It's insanity to me how this movie cost $100 to $120 million to make because should have had at least some slivers and moments of fun, but unfortunately it doesn't. This is another failed video game adaptation to add to the list, to a long line of video game adaptations to add to the list, some of which I admit are guilty pleasures, but I can admit that they're not great movies. I'm going to say Snoozerlands belongs in popcorn hell. That's what I'm calling this movie now. I'm calling it Snoozerlands. It's not Borderlands, it's Snoozerlands. So, guys, if you have seen Snoozerlands, let me know what you think of it in the comment section below. I'll leave my link to my website in the description below as well. You guys are the best. Thank you for watching. My name is Alex Madden, and I will see you at the movies somewhere.